meeting of the Chaves County Board of Commissioners this morning. Join us in our pledge, Commissioner Taylor.
Please join me in honoring our flag and our great country. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Dana, would you lead us in a word of prayer this morning, please?
Yes. Would you please join me? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings that you've given us. Lord, we thank you for the beautiful clouds outside and for the beautiful rain that might be upon us today. Lord, we ask that you comfort and care for the Cabin family and Officer Cabin as he heals. Lord, protect our law enforcement as they protect us. They're so important to us. Lord, we just ask that you be with the hostages and bring them home to their families in Israel. God, let us have open ears and open hearts to hear today and do your will. And we pray this, and to God be the glory. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Cindy, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, sir. Yes, you do.
Thank you. Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve minutes from our May 9th special meeting of 2024.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, we have a proclamation this morning for Motorcycle Awareness Month. Every May, they request that we pass this to remind people to share the road with motorcycles and be safe and help save lives. I don't think that there's anyone here this morning to accept this on their behalf, but I just wanted to acknowledge that we did do a presentation for them again this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to read it, or?
If you'd like me to read it, I
Yeah.
can do that. Yes, sir. Motorcycle Awareness Month, May 2024. Whereas motorcycles are used on a regular means of transportation for commuting, touring, and recreation in and around Chaves County, New Mexico, and whereas the Chaves County scenic roadways make motorcycling a very popular destination for riders from around the country, and whereas the safe operation of a motorcycle requires the use of acquired skills developed through the combination of training and experience, the use of good judgment, and thorough knowledge of traffic laws and licensing requirements. And whereas it is imperative that the residents of Chaves County be aware, show consideration, and share the road with motorcycles on streets and highways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has declared May as Motorcycle Awareness Month, it is the desire of the Chaves County Board of Commissioners to join the NHTSA in raising awareness of the growing number of motorcyclists on Chaves County's roadways in order to help prevent accidents and, most importantly, save lives. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaims the month of May 2024 to be Motorcycle Awareness Month in Chaves County and urge our citizens to be observant, courteous, and knowledgeable about motorcycle usage in our community. Done the 16th day of May 2024 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. We have a presentation this morning from Miss Mary Barnhart. Would you please come up? From the Carlsbad Irrigation District.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Mary Barnhart. I'm the Vice President of the Carlsbad Irrigation District Board of Directors. And we are here today seeking a letter of support from the Chaves County Commissioners regarding the radial gate replacement project for Sumner Dam. Sumner Dam was originally constructed in 1936, and the original radial gates were a component of that construction. And the radial gates are used strictly for flood control. They have nothing to do with the irrigation delivery through Sumner Dam. That's handled through a separate system. I do have a few pictures if you'd like to see the condition of the radial gates. I'd be happy to share that with you. So there's three, as you can see, fairly large radial gates. And if you'll just scroll through, I'll do it pretty quickly. You can see that they are degrading and rusting there at the bottom. These are some rust holes. They actually are holes that have been patched. And then this is a slide where the gate goes up and down. You can see how rusted and degraded they don't slide anymore. This is where the supports connect. You can see that the bolts are just extremely rusted. And then the concrete, of course, that holds the radial gates is in disrepair as well. Reclamation has told CID that they must be replaced. We have no control over that. We don't have the engineering staff to even determine that. They've said they have to be replaced. They also say that CID is responsible for 68% of the cost due to the terms in the Title Transfer Act. And we did provide copies to the commissioners of that information. CID's argument is that the Title Transfer Act doesn't specifically say that the radial gates were an ongoing project at the time. Reclamation says that that was implied. They've also told us that the easiest way to get out of this is to try and change and amend the Title Transfer Act. So that is what we are in the process of doing. CID is going to the United States Congress and asking for clarification in the Title Transfer Act. And we are simply asking for you to support the amendment for the federal government to pay for the replacement of the radial gates.
Mr. Chairman, I have a copy of the letter that they've suggested, and I can get that prepared and everything, and we can bring it up at next month's meeting if that should be what you guys would like to do.
And I'm here to answer any questions you have. That was a very quick and brief summary. I don't want to take a lot of your time. But if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to give you more information. I have lots of it.
Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, quick Commissioner.
What's the life expectancy of these things? I mean, is this immediate? It's got to happen, huh?
50 to 75 years.
And where are we on that?
We are over 80.
Oh,
Yeah.
time to act.
I think hence the issue is what you're talking about, Carlsbad Irrigation District is responsible, as it appears, for 68% of the cost, what's the cost? How much is the estimated cost?
$35 million is the current estimate.
Which it doesn't have anything to do with Fort Sumner Irrigation District or where's this line? Is there any responsibility for those guys there in this, or is it strictly on Carlsbad Irrigation?
There's no responsibility from FSID regarding this.
So the other 32% would be BOR?
Yes.
How did that ratio get decided?
This is before any of our current board members' lifetime on the board, so we don't know the specifics of this. The language in the Title Transfer Act and also any previous documentation is very not specific on that ratio. So we've been going, CID and Reclamation have been going round and round about this issue. We have come to the conclusion that it's best and possibly easiest to just amend the Title Transfer Act and have Congress tell Reclamation what the intent was. That these are flood control structures. CID has no flood control authorization. We have no taxable income. We strictly receive our income off of our member-based assessments. So we're asking 500 farmers to pay for flood control, which Artesia, Roswell, Fort Sumner, Hagerman, Lake Arthur, all these communities receive. You're asking the 500 farmers of CID to pay for.
What gives them, BOR, the authority to mandate the replacement of the gates?
Reclamation argues that the Title Transfer Act requires this percentage. Our argument is that this is not, this specific language is not in the Title Transfer Act. That is where CID and Reclamation are butting heads, and we have been told that the easiest way around it is to amend the Title Transfer Act. So that is what we are seeking to do.
What implemented, I'll go a different direction. What implemented Bureau of Reclamation to mandate that we replace the gate, or you guys replace the gates? That's what was the question.
It is a dam safety issue. This is a Category 1 in terms of dam safety failure. That means it's rated like the highest, most potential for potentially failing. So this is something that Reclamation wants to get taken care of prior to it failing. Does that answer your question?
Well, it does.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and please correct me if I didn't get this right when I investigated this. So the Bureau of Reclamation chose to give the dam and the responsibility of the dam to the Carlsbad Irrigation District. You know, they were riding a white horse that day. We want to make sure that you guys have the ownership of this dam so you can control it. Along with that, they gave them the obligation to maintain a 75-year-old gate, and then, I mean, they have all the cards. So they said, we're going to give you this property because we're nice guys, but now we're going to come back on the backside and say, but now we expect you to replace these gates for $35 million without any real assistance from the federal government. That's pretty much what I understand. Is that correct, Mary?
That is correct. I will just say that CID does not actually hold title to the dam.
Okay.
The dam is still in Reclamation's name. We just have
And
the
they titled their
responsibility.
act wrong.
Yeah.
So there were other lands that were transferred title, mainly down towards Carlsbad. But the dams themselves, the ownership of the dams remain within Reclamation's
Oh,
name.
that's even worse.
I know it's very confusing. We took over operation and maintenance, and Reclamation has now come back with a sweep for everybody that had O&M contracts with Reclamation, which is very common across the western United States. They have now gone back in and added replacement. They are now all O&M and R contracts, regardless of if the R is actually in your contract. It's happening to irrigation districts across the country, and Reclamation is consistently telling people, if you want a different way out, you need to tell Congress to tell us to do it a different way.
I know quite a few of the farmers up there in Fort Sumner, and so one of the questions I asked them about it, and even asked commissioners there, but one of the big issues they're talking about is that dam and the road that goes across it, and that road will be closed, and they're supposed to build another bridge. So who's, and I never did get from them who was going to be responsible for that. Because once they put the gates in, there won't be another road to go back across the dam because of the integrity of it. But
Yes. The road across the dam it's one of the only single lane bridges in the state of New Mexico. It was never intended to actually be a road. When the dam was originally constructed, that was not intended to be a road. It was intended to be maintenance, and then it became a road. CID has been a big advocate to move the road and seek a more permanent solution for the community there and for the safety of the dam, the lake, and the radial gates. We have been in communication with Reclamation and NMDOT, and NMDOT has agreed to put in a temporary crossing downstream from the radial gates. They actually, according to my knowledge, have the temporary bridge here in the yard in Roswell. They're inventorying it, making sure they have all the pieces. Reclamation has assured CID that The construction on the radial gates will not begin until that temporary bridge is in place. And the construction on the radial gates is not expected to start until the end of 2025 right now is the timeline. Now for the permanent bridge, CID has written letters of support to Congress members to seek federal highway funding to get a more permanent bridge constructed that will facilitate that community.
Okay, and that's the way I understood it, but I wasn't for sure that that's the way it was supposed to be.
There is uncertainty on the permanent bridge because there is not funding right now for it. But I will say that the temporary option that is going to be in place will be 2-lane. It will be a higher weight capacity rating than what they currently have. So it's a better option than what they currently have right now.
Right, I know that they go across that with cattle trucks and
Well, that
all kinds of stuff, and
it
they're not
does have,
supposed to.
the current bridge does have a weight limit on it
Yeah.
that is not
Yeah, it's-
adhered to,
Right,
and that's an issue.
right, okay. Commissioners, any other questions? I have none, so we'll
Okay.
take a look at it.
All right, thank you very
Thank-
much for your time.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah. And Bill, you'll have that
Yes.
information together, and then we
Yes,
can
that's
make a
correct.
decision next month.
Yeah, I'll take a copy of their letter and make sure it's sent out to you guys to review.
Okay.
And if it's, needs to be changed or whatever, you guys can help me. Calder in particular maybe can help me with that. And then I'll bring it forward for the next commission meeting.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, Angela Moore, I see you sitting out there tapping your toe. You take a couple of minutes and give us a brief update.
Absolutely. Well, good morning, and thank you for having me, Chairman and Commissioners. We're just plodding along over at the Chamber of Commerce. In fact, this evening, we have a business after hours at Roswell Aesthetics off of Kentucky. I believe it's 404 Kentucky. They are under new ownership. They've been there for a few years, but under new ownership, they wanted to have a business after hours and a grand reopening to be able to showcase all of the wonderful things that they do over there. And we are concluding our lunches for the summer. Next week will be our Sheriff's Social Luncheon, and that will be our last one going into the summer months for obvious reasons, because we will all be traveling and enjoying our children and the time off. And we will bring all of our weekly lunches back in August once school starts. And Gary and I have been working diligently to clean up our database, and we are renewing our members at a huge rate. I am so proud of Gary. He has gone through and even brought back some of our members that had dropped through COVID for a variety of reasons. So I am looking forward to our next fiscal year, that it'll be our best year yet. And with that, I stand for questions.
Any questions?
We're short and sweet today.
That's good. We need to be that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Tamara, a little 4-H update.
Good morning. So on the 4-H side, summer's always busy for us. I want to know how Andrea has time off. But we did just wrap up county contests. So we had 51 youth compete in county contests this year. So we're up just a little bit. 25 of those youth got to go to state 4-H shooting sports at the beginning of the month. We do have another team headed to nationals again this year. So as that's at least the third year in a row. Very appreciative of our shooting sports volunteers and our coaches on that end. So our air pistol team does get to go this year. So they're headed out to Nebraska at the end of June. Of those 51 kids that have competed in county contests, they have all at this point qualified for district contests, which will be in Lovington next month, and state conference, which will be in Las Cruces in July. We are kind of gearing up for our summer programs. We have a lot of new workshops going on the 4-H side. and county fair dates are out. So the horse show is set to kick off county fair on July the 20th. On the ag side, Drew is always busy. He's playing catch up, but he is doing the youth ranch management camp this next week this next month rather, along with some other activities. We did have a great fourth FCS training this last month, and we're gearing up for our next one here in a couple of weeks, and then we'll take a break for summer and pick back up in August on that side.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, guys.
Brenda Dorsey from Big Brothers and Big Sisters, would you want to come up and give us a quick report?
I will definitely stick to that quick.
There you go.
I'm Vice President of Rural Programs. I was here in January to kind of kick off the beginning of this grant for us. Thank you for being our fiscal agent. We appreciate that very much. I am out of the Alamogordo office. However, I have some exciting news really quick that I'll give you. We've been doing a good job. We've graduated 19 of our high school bigs. That's a great thing and a bad thing. Out of that, we know that about 4 or 5 of them for sure are staying in this area. That's guaranteed. We're hoping that a lot more will stay in this area because, of course, if they do go to college in this area, then they can still be part of our program. So that's exciting news. One of the big pieces that we have done is that we have hired a site manager down here for the Big Brother Big Sister office, and I don't think she's a stranger to you guys because she's been flitting around ever since we arrived, but that is Miss Tierney Krasowski, and I want her to come up really quick just to give you very briefly what the next steps are for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Hi, good morning. So what we're going to do, our biggest outreach right now is within our public school systems. Roswell High has been one of our biggest facilitators of the program. We've reached out to Goddard, so we're going to utilize Goddard for the program as well. We are going to begin doing community events to really broaden the horizon for our agency so that the community can become a lot more involved. I've spoken with people around the community who don't even realize that we have the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. So that's going to be our next big steps, is really getting out to the community and letting people know that we are still here, we're still in Roswell, and that we have a lot of opportunity for people to come and volunteer and to be mentors for our youth. So.
Okay, do you have any questions?
You won't have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bill, do you want to introduce this next
Yes.
gentleman, please?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, a short time ago, Greg came to me, Mr. Birch came to me and said, you know, he's a world-renowned painter. He paints a lot of really nice stuff. But anyway, he says, I have a painting that of the Chaves County Courthouse, and I would like to present that to the county so you guys can use it somewhere, and we absolutely will. We'll find a place of honor for it, but I asked him if he would like to present that to you as the commission rather than just bring it in and hand it over the desk and a little less fanfare. So if it's all right with you, we'd like Mr. Birch to come up and talk just for 2 or 3 minutes and give us a little bit of background on the painting and then present it to you. You guys are always honoring people in our community. In this case, the community is kind of honoring you with some of their work. Thank you.
Come up, Mr. Birch. Thank you for honoring us.
Good morning. My name is Greg Birch. I've lived here in Roswell all my life, except for the 5 years that I went to the Colorado Institute of Art, where basically they honed all of my skills to what I do today. I've got paintings hanging in the PRCA. I also have a painting hanging in the Professional Bull Riders Association. The painting here today, Mr. Lee, whenever in 1877 he purchased all of Roswell, what you have today. Well, not today, but in 1877. They were going to try to break off from Lincoln County, and by the act, in order for them to do that, they had to have a structure in order to break off from them and have the elected officials. The painting that I done here today is the one that would have it appeared in 1890, and it barely even lasted for 2 decades. And then After that is what the bow finish, which you have today. This one here is considered the Richardson Romanesque style. And it was pretty much, it could be fabricated in less than a year. And because it was a simpler style. The gel was just to the side of it, but not connected. And it was even a simpler style. But here's the painting that I'd like to dedicate to all of you guys.
Oh, wow.
It's really nice. Everyone can see it there.
And I thank y'all for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Birch, would you come up here and present that to the commissioners?
Come right here in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So open it up where they can see it. Is that good? Can you see it from there?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna hand this to you. I got you now.
Some fine artwork, I'm
Yeah.
sure you want to hand it.
We'll get Annabelle to help you hang it straight.
Yeah, not like a rhino.
Mr. Birch, thank you very much. Very much. We appreciate it. Okay, we're going to move on to agenda item number 1, Resolution R-24-015.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this action's requested by our county clerk, but she's kind of busy writing things down, so I offered to present it on her behalf. Resolution R-24-015 is to impose the non-prohibitive license tax on holders of state liquor licenses within the county. This resolution, if approved, would impose the non-prohibitive license tax on the persons holding state licenses under the Liquor Control Act as distributors of alcohol within Chaves County. The annual tax per section 7-24-2 NMSA 1978 shall not exceed $250 per license. The Board of Chaves County Commissioners are empowered to impose the said annual tax by resolution on or before the first day of June each year, and staff would recommend approval. I stand for questions.
Anyone have any questions for Cindy or Bill?
How many do we have?
I believe we still have 3. We have 2 from Allsups, and the third one is the one that was Caceres. That's
The El Gomez Club.
oh, the Gomez Club. Oh, yeah, the Caceres one wasn't renewed last year.
Right.
That's correct. And that's the one that's held at the, it moved from Tequila's over to the Food Mart on 285 a couple of years ago, and then they didn't renew it last year. So we have 3.
It's closed.
And it's $250 per license. It's a nominal fee for having that.
And Mr. Chairman, Bill, this is imposed by the state, right? Correct?
Well,
Isn't it? My
it's
understanding
imposed
is-
by you, but it's authorized by the state.
Authorized by the state, that's, yeah. 'cause-
And of course, I looked at our attorney to make sure I stated that correctly.
Yeah.
A word or two makes a big difference, I've found.
Right. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-24-015, being the resolution imposing the non-prohibitive license tax on holders of state liquor licenses.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of Resolution R-24-015. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 2, Resolution R-24-016.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and County Commissioners. Agenda item number 2 is Resolution R-24-016, which is a deletion of property and proposed disposition. Your approval of this resolution will allow staff to remove the attached inventory. Exhibit A has all the assets listed. Staff recommends approval.
You have to give the commissioners just a minute. They're scrolling, see if there's anything they want on there.
Yeah. And if I can add, most of these vehicles are the towed vehicles that we have out at the road department that we're gonna actually get rid of now, so.
Do these vehicles have any warranty besides the brake light warranty?
Unfortunately, no.
Look, there's a nice Crown Vic that we can roll around in. We could look good, you guys.
Any questions about anything?
Mr. Chairman, I move we accept Resolution R-24-016, deletion of property and proposed disposition.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of Resolution R-24-016. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 3 is Resolution R-24017, which gives the disposition of our annual road hearings. As you're aware, we only do this once a year, and we go through an entire process, starting at creating the agenda that we're going to, the timeline that we're going to use for taking applications, appointing the freeholders, having the freeholder reports, going out and actually viewing the roads, having a public hearing. We've done all of those things, and we're now at the time where we would like to ask for final disposition. For 2023, we had a total of 3 roads, and if it's acceptable to you, I'd like to ask that we do these one at a time, and I'll present them individually.
Yes.
Okay. Request number 1 is for a road maintenance status change for Carrizosa, or let's do that one last. I'm sorry, I'm a little mixed up here. Is for Carrizosa Road. Olin Board requested that Chaves County assume maintenance on Carrizosa Road for 1.43 miles. This crosses BLM land only. This road was vacated in 1999, and subsequent to that, things have changed out there, and Mr. Borg would like to see that road become a county-maintained road, and so we're requesting a maintenance status change. Someone would have to bring it up to county standards. We chose not to go with a private road to a county road because BLM does not generally assign right-of-way, so they're going to retain the right-of-way, and so this would more than anything be a road maintenance status change. The BLM has indicated that they possibly could make the repairs and the upgrades to the road. The owner has also said that he possibly could make the changes to the road that need to bring it up to standard, and there's also a possibility that the oil companies that are using this road would be able to bring it up to county standards. But this is a status change request for Carrizosa Road for 1.43 miles crossing the BLM land only. None of the private properties included.
Commissioners, any comments, thoughts, or even a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the status change request in application number 1, subject to someone bringing it up to the road up to county standards.
A second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry for approval of status change request application number 1 of Carrizosa Road. Is there anything needs to be added to that bill?
No, because the policy says that they have 6 months to bring this road up to county standards, and we don't particularly care who does it as long as it meets the standards, and it will be reviewed by Joe at the road department to assure that it meets those minimum standards to be accepted as a status change.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'm going to jump down to road vacation request, which is application number 3. Cat Road, as we know, is off of the most northernmost county road for about 3/4 of a mile. It comes off the main county road, goes across a couple hundred feet of county or of privately owned property to someone's gate, and and it's simply nothing but a driveway. Chaves County Road Department has asked that this 3/4 of a mile be vacated, and it would be our recommendation that you would vote that way as well.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of vacation request in application number 3 for Cat Road.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry for approval of road vacation on application number 3 of Cat Road. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and I failed to apologize. Alex is out sick today, so I'm jumping in to try to cover this. Of course, I've had a little bit of experience doing it. So we held maintenance status change request, application number 2 for Sergeant Canyon Road to last, because that one's going to probably require a little more conversation. Michael Bennett is requesting that Chaves County assume maintenance through a maintenance status change for Sergeant Canyon Road, approximately 10 miles. And I am here to answer any questions. I see Mr. Bennett is here. We have some.
Any comments or questions, Commissioners?
Has there been any further discussion with the BLM?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we did meet with the BLM for breakfast the other morning. They have agreed that they need to provide some maintenance to this road to bring it up to some sort of a county standard. They agreed that they would be willing to do that over the entire length of this road. Of course, we can't compel them to do so, but they did indicate that they would do it. They have money and they're willing and ready to go and do that very thing. The other thing that we discussed with them was that Mr. Bennett kind of has his hands tied. This is a county right-of-way, and if it is not a maintained right-of-way, the county has no obligation to go in and maintain it on a regular basis or anything, and from time to time, he needs the ability to make repairs to it himself. They're amicable to allowing Mr. Bennett, because it's our right-of-way across their land. I did provide for you a copy of an agreement that we already have in place with another private individual who maintains a county right-of-way. So there is a vehicle in place. If Mr. Bennett needed to maintain the road, BLM is on board with allowing that. And of course, we have done that. We have done that in the past with individuals that need to maintain a road that's pretty much used by very few people, just themselves. So is that correct, Stan? Do you have anything to add?
No, that's correct. We've done this before for individuals who needed cattle out, and it really only benefits them, but if they're going to use this vehicle and agree to bring it up or maintain it, however you
Okay.
want to do it.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the status change request in application number 2 for the Sergeant Canyon Road, subject to, I assume, entering into an agreement with BLM for bringing it up to an acceptable level.
Bill, did you have a comment?
If we accept the responsibility for maintaining this road, that means we will have to maintain it on at least once annually for the entire 10 miles through the river bottom and everything else. So I just wanted to clarify that if we approve the status change, that's what we're agreeing to. And for the entire length or for a shorter length, whatever you deem is appropriate, I just wanted to clarify that we would be taking that responsibility on.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Bill, is BLM prepared to sign something before they enter into an agreement?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Stan, they will not give us a written agreement for anything. They have just kind of a handshake agreement that we're willing to do this. We see the need to do this. It provides access to many hunters in this very remote area. But I don't think anyone wants a super highway by any means. In fact, we are planning to create a new standard for a just over a 2-track road. I mean, a 10-foot right-of-way that can be defined better than, what our minimum requirement is for a 24-foot road bed.
Bill, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but they've already had some contractors and people come out and look at it. So, I mean,
That's
they're
correct.
serious about what,
Yes.
Right.
their commitment.
I think Commissioner Giselle had it in there that we would, in his motion, that we would enter into an agreement.
Oh, I missed that.
Or a firm handshake.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Bill, if we take this on, this is the whole 10 miles? I mean, did BLM, correct me, I don't know, it's been a while. Did BLM say that they would do the whole 10 miles to get it in?
They said that they would augment the entire length of the road, in particular the area that we drove, about 3 miles, if I'm not mistaken, from the fork in the road down to the first place, in particular, will get quite a bit of attention, but then there are also some impassable places further out, if I'm not mistaken, and Mr. Bennett's here, he can correct me if necessary.
Yes, come up, Mike.
Good morning. I can give you a little bit of update on the BLM. Of course, I'm not the BLM. But last week they had a contractor out, and I'm pretty sure that deal went through. The archaeologists are out there this morning doing their part of the deal. So they're talking start to finish.
Yes.
Is what.
Even past where we stopped.
Yes, up to the water well, which in the corrals, which was the concern. Not all the way. There's probably, when we went out with the contractor, the BLM, they stopped probably a mile or two before you got to the forest, and they told the contractor, this is how far we want to go. And my understanding, the bid was supposed to be in last Thursday, and they're pushing pretty hard. They want this like July 1 for their part. That's the latest that I know that they're doing. I got a text on the way to town this morning telling me that the archaeologists were there this morning to get their part done, so.
And that's all coincides with what they told us at breakfast last week.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
And Bill, if they're not going up the whole 10 miles, do we need to modify this? I mean, we're saying we're going to maintain the 10 miles. And
Mr. Chairman,
BLM is saying
Commissioners,
they're not.
you have a couple of options. You don't have to approve this to maintain, to do a road status, a maintenance status change. You can either determine you want to change the status on the entire 10 miles of road, or you can determine you want to do a maintenance status change on a portion of the road, or you can determine that you don't want to change the maintenance status at all, but maybe give Mr. Bennett the ability to do what he needs to do on the land, which is the part that has been missing up till now. And we do have an example of that, as I said, in front of you. So those would be your three options: to either take it in its entirety, deny it in its entirety, or take a portion of it and deny the other portion of it. So,
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
if we were to take this on, what is the cost to the county in the maintenance of this 7 miles or 10 miles of road? Time-wise, how's this affect our road department? I mean, you could use this agreement performed by non-county personnel, but what's our exposure cost-wise?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'm going to ask Joe to come up and try to answer those questions better. But again, that's kind of a difficult thing to pin down, because in order to maintain it properly, he's probably going to have to haul in gravel, caliche, have a blade up there at least once a year, probably more often if it washes out and we get a call that says the road's washed out. We always try to respond to those, although we have to prioritize those based on how many people are using it. If Mr. Bennett called and said 8 miles in, the road's washed out where the river went through it, we'll go fix it if it's a maintained road, but it may be quite some time because we have others that are more necessary because of public safety and hourly and that type of thing. Joe, can you kind of respond to that?
That's a good answer. I think it'd be really premature to give a number right now. We didn't see the whole road. From my understanding, the bad part was past, is that correct? Past where we turned around? It gets worse? Okay, so
According to Mr. Bennett, we saw the good part of the road, and you saw what the good part of the road was like. So it's gonna take quite a bit of work. If we have access to material up there, obviously that's gonna cut down the cost considerably. It's gonna be multiple pieces of equipment. It's just not gonna be one blade in there working. Bill had mentioned that, we're working on a process to make like above a two-track road. That would be the perfect area for something like that. It's not in our policy yet. So right now, we're bound to what our policy is, I would say. And I don't think Mr. Bennett wants a superhighway up there and all the traffic that goes along with that. So I can't give you a number. I wasn't prepared to do that. We can get you one, but it's gonna be pretty pricey to get it up to what our standards are today. Especially not even knowing what the existing remaining 7 miles are.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Joe, do you have an idea? I know you have a price per mile for a chip seal road. Do you have some off-the-cuff thing, what it costs to maintain a mile of county road, say a Caliche Pack road?
I think right now we're around $12,000 a mile for dirt roads.
Okay.
Chip seals over 20.
A year? Part of
Yes,
the year?
sir.
Every time,
Yes, sir.
every time you do it,
That's annually.
annually?
It's
Okay.
depending on how many times we do it. Some roads we do once a year like the policy
Right.
says, because they just don't get any traffic. And then other
Right.
roads, we keep a blade at certain people's houses, so.
Not at mine. Not at mine.
Throw that in there, sorry.
You guys.
Anyway, it just depends, but it's about 12,000 annually per road. Or per mile, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Chairman, then I will withdraw my as yet unseconded motion and replace it with a motion to deny the status change request in application number 2 with the understanding that once BLM does what they say they are going to do, we will enter into an agreement for road work performed by non-county personnel with Mr. Bennett on the portion of the road that the BLM fixes to the satisfaction of our road department, and that the county's agreement will be to at least try to blade that which we accept on an annual basis.
And may I get a clarification real
Yes.
quick? What area would we like to accept to do on an annual basis? Do you have a mileage or does?
Subject to, I think I said, subject to our road department's accepting what the BLM does.
Okay.
So the BLM will fix it up, and then we'll,
Say the first mile or two, or?
the county will then maintain it
On a limited basis,
on a limited basis.
based on whatever the new policy that we adopt for two-track roads.
Okay, so you accept, you're going to accept, change the maintenance status, non-maintained.
Well, the motion was to deny the maintenance status, the change request, with the understanding that we would then enter into an agreement with Mr. Bennett,
Right.
and
He'll bring it up, the rest of it up. He'll take BLM's, BLM will bring it up.
BLM will bring it up to some standard that we do not know what it is yet.
Right, and then Mr. Bennett will maintain it, that part on.
He will be authorized to, under the agreement, and the county will agree to at least try to blade it once a year.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I think that our policy, in fact, I have the policy here, I believe that it says that a county-maintained road is a road that's maintained at least once a year. So at that point, it becomes a county-maintained road. I'll look that up quickly.
I think that's the question. But I think the other question is, you're just talking about if it's needed, when needed, so it may not be once a year.
Could be under request.
Yeah, you're talking about like a one-time, it's rain, go fix it, kind of thing. Is that right?
Yep.
So, yeah, so he's trying not to change the maintenance status, but maybe do a one-time vacation, but not necessarily yearly. Does that get, because the policy does require, once it's done every
But it's my understanding we also plan to amend the policy. So that's why it's a denial now. But
I see where you're going.
giving Mr. Bennett some assurances that what we talked about doing, we're going to do.
Right. And the BLM does that.
Is there a second? Or any other further discussion?
So this is gonna allow Mr. Bennett to do the work, should he need to do more work that's
Right.
to a flood event.
Right.
Step one is BLM has to perform.
Right.
Step two is we have to accept what they do.
Right,
Step three is we enter into an agreement with Mr. Bennett.
right.
Okay, so we got 3 things pending on.
Yep.
We can put that in the,
Go ahead, Bill.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I just asked Stan to read that, and he concurs that that's appropriate, so.
Okay.
and we can put this kind of like we do with our planning and zoning finding of fact or whatever. This is what has to be.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Stan, I think we discussed that it will be the motion with the conditions that have been.
With conditions?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's been stated in the motion.
Right.
Yep.
okay.
I second the change of status to as prescribed by Commissioner.
Self denying.
Come on.
With the 3
take a step.
criteria that we agreed on.
Okay.
Is that correct to say?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So it will be, the status change would be denied, right?
Yes.
Yes.
With
Correct.
the conditions that are stated.
Correct.
And
That's
I'm
what I'm
writing down the condition would be that we enter into an agreement with Mr. Bennett to provide maintenance as necessary on our right-of-way, that the BLM bring it up to the soon-to-be new standard for a 2-track road, and that if Mr. Bennett were to call us as needed, we would maintain that up to 1 time per year.
But the first step is BLM has to
The
bring it up.
BLM has to get it up
Yeah.
to Joe's approval.
It depends on,
And it was a convoluted motion because
It's a unique.
if we don't do it that way and we like what the BLM does, then Mr. Bennett's going to have to go through the whole process again in
Right.
December to ask for a status change.
Right.
And so that's why I tried to build it in.
Okay,
Right.
thank
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry to deny the status road change,
Et cetera.
et cetera,
Stan, do your
et
magic.
cetera. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay. We never can get through one of these road deals without a little bit of
Just a
pain.
tad bit, yes.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I thank you very much for that. That was a very difficult, that's the hardest one I've been through.
Thank
so
you,
far.
Mr. Bennett, for your patience and persistence
Yes.
for
The discussion
8
was as
years.
difficult as getting up there. Jeez.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 4 is to support the New Mexico Water Quality Control Commission adoption and enactment of proposed Rule 20.6.8 NMAC. This resolution is to formally recommend and support that the New Mexico State Water Quality Control Commission adopt and enact the proposed Rule 20.6.8 NMAC ground and surface water protection supplemental requirements for water reuse. This rule, proposed by New Mexico Environment Department, provides safe and viable options for the reuse of produced water for a variety of water-saving purposes. The proposed rule ensures the protection of New Mexico's surface and groundwater and creates a framework for future reuse rules. And I would stand for questions.
Question.
Yes.
How does that secure the border?
Mr. Chairman,
Jack,
Commissioners,
you're
you
supposed
have
to
the
notice
previous version that I failed to erase that
Cut
on.
and paste. It's called
We
cut
did
and
not send out
paste.
an amended agenda to correct my action requested on the previous one, but Good catch. 3 of you have caught it, or 3 of you have brought it forward. You probably all noticed, but 3 of you
See?
have let me know that I messed up.
Some of us read this.
But do note, only one threw you under the bus publicly, right?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
2 now.
Yeah.
Shame you, man.
All
Fair.
right.
I knew
Thank
what you meant.
Thank you.
You confused me for a little.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve Resolution R-24-018, which actually supports the New Mexico Water Control Commission's proposed Rule 20.6.8 New Mexico Administrative Code.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Daniel for approval of Resolution R-24-018. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 5.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Agenda item number 5 is Resolution R-24-019, which is a budget adjustment resolution for this current fiscal year, 2024. Requesting budget adjustment for the line items that you see in Exhibit A. These budget adjustments are for capital outlay items that were approved by the Finance Committee, as well as a request for increase in budget for care of prisoners for the juvenile housing. Staff requests approval.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-24-019, budget adjustments for resolution for fiscal year 2024.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of Resolution R-24-019. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Agenda item number 6 is the request for approval of the interim budget for fiscal year 2024-2025. First of all, I'd like to thank all the department heads again, elected officials, and also the agencies for all of their work as a department and for all their work as a community as well. And thank you to the Finance Committee once again. With this, we have submitted Chaves County's fiscal year 2025 budget, and we held a public meeting last week on May 9th to review and discuss this budget. Resolution R-24-020 is fiscal year 2025's interim budget in the amount of $74,316,433. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-24-020, the
Second.
interim budget for fiscal year 24-25.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of Resolution R-24-020. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Bill.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 7 is asking that we move the June meeting due to conflicts from New Mexico counties. We would recommend either 1 week sooner or 1 week later, but we would ask that you would consider moving the meeting.
What's the pleasure of the commission?
Mr. Chairman, everybody look at your schedule. We've got what, June 27th, either the 27th or the 13th, guys.
That would be correct.
New Mexico Counties is holding their conference, plus I will be attending New Mexico County's board meeting. We are working on our legislative priorities. So I will not be in attendance, so I requested we moved our June meeting. Everybody get your calendar, get your calendar. Which date works, guys? 13th or 27th?
I'm good with either one.
Either one?
Me too.
I'm good either way.
Either way. Okay. May we move it to the 27th? I would request the 27th. That way it's after our board meeting, and maybe I can bring our legislative priorities
Perfect.
to you.
Mr. Chairman, Stan, do we need a motion on that since that was approved as? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we reschedule our June meeting to 1 week after, to June 27th at 9 a.m.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Day, second by Commissioner Ezell to reschedule the June meeting to the 27th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
IHC at 8:30.
Oh,
I was just thinking that.
yes.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, the IHC,
Good
I was
catch.
just thinking that when we were talking.
Oh, IHC, okay. So we need to
we need to
move
talk to
IHC
so,
to June
You'll be
27th.
okay?
So-
You're going to just tell. Okay.
so are you okay with adding
Yeah.
that to your,
Yes,
to your
yes, and
request
move
and
our
the second as well?
IHC meeting to June 27th at 8:30 a.m. Yes.
And is the second
Commissioner
amicable?
Perry, did you second that?
No,
Commissioner
Ezell.
He's good, okay.
We need to make sure IHC knows.
Except our
Jeff
clerk
knows.
is looking anguished.
Oh, no.
We're going to need to canvass the primary. If you do the 13th, we could incorporate the primary then, the canvass. Otherwise, we're going to have to call a special meeting.
Cool. I'd like to kill two birds with one stone if we could.
Dadgum, you guys. Come on. No, just
Thank you.
kidding. Just kidding. Okay.
So we have to vote to
Mr.
repeal this, Stan? What's the,
Well, we haven't really voted yet.
okay, didn't vote, all right.
We didn't vote. Okay.
It's gonna,
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I withdraw my motion and put in a new motion. Let's move our June meeting to June 13th. Our IHC meeting also to June 13th, and that way we can get everything done that day.
canvass the votes also.
Canvas and
I
That works.
accept the withdrawal and second the replacement.
Okay.
all righty.
Cindy, you want me to repeat that or just, you got
You
it?
got it?
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll have a
Thank
lot
you.
to approve in a minute. Always back and forth. Approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of checks in the amount of $2,510,160.54.
About a second. Second. Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of checks. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve reports.
Is there a second?
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Perry for approval of reports. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're going to move into the unscheduled communications and are limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action is taken by the commission. So, you want to get up and speak? Name and address.
Chairman, Commissioners, Louis Jaramillo, Planning Director, number 1, St. Mary's Place. I'll give you a quick rundown on what's going on at Devonian. I visited the site this morning. He is currently crushing vehicles, pancake style, and stacking them for delivery to wherever they may be going. So he is in the progress of improving the lot. We will take an official visit in a couple of weeks with the Sheriff's Department, as I do not wander onto that property without them. I will drive by. Also, we have progressed at 302 Ryan Road, as we presented that to the magistrate court, and they have judged in our favor. So we are dealing with that as well. That is over by Mr. Clemens' property area. And also 304 Ryan Road, which is right next door, Mr. Gibson, he had given staff a list of items that would be approved in a specific time. He has not held up to his written statement, so it seems that that property will be back on the demolition list. come December. Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. Mr. Clements. Name and address, please.
Marvin Clements, 6102 Kincaid. Lewis is finally making some headway out there, and I really appreciate it. I just want to tell y'all that things are looking good. When the neighbors are mad at me, I'm happy.
Thank you, Mr. Clements.
Will we need an agreement for demolition work performed by non-county personnel in case Mr. Clements wants to help?
Really?
Keyword non-county. Joe West, Chaves County Road Director, 1505 East Brasher. I just want to take a quick minute and introduce the newest member of my staff. Her name's Sarah Torres. She comes to us from the city of Roswell. She's our new purchasing officer. So, would you like to say a few things?
Cool.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
She's having to hit the ground running year end. I do want to thank Annabelle and her staff and Anna for, they had a little meeting and got her on board with the way we do things, and she's doing a great job so far. So.
All right.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Can
Glad
we
to have
interest you in a CDL?
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was a requirement. Cool.
Anyone else? Your name and address, please, sir.
My name is Donald C. Darty, 500 South Lee Avenue. The reason I came in today was to see the wonderful painting of the old courthouse and to thank the artist. But I also have a minor issue. In the scheme of things, it's a very minor issue, but it's important to me, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. I love historic buildings, being an architect, and I live in a 124-year-old house, which for Roswell is a really old house. I used to live in Boston, which would be like a teenager there, but for Roswell, 124 is an old house. It's the old Bob Crosby house, actually. He lived there almost 100 years ago, but we still call it the Bob Crosby house. But anyway, the issue I wanted to bring up was that every morning I walk my dog through the historic district, wonderful historic area, a great walkable neighborhood. But my final destination is the county courthouse, the new, not the first one, but anyway, in my opinion, it's the crown jewel of Roswell architecture. The proportions are pristine. It's just absolutely gorgeous building. But every time I walk by there, I kind of cringe because there's a few windows that have plywood covering them, and there's probably a good reason for it. But it just kind of, it's like a pimple on a beautiful girl's face. It just takes away from the whole building. And I think it'd be a relatively simple and it wouldn't be, I mean, if there's a reason to have translucent windows there, you could put spandrel glass, but just something so that they match the rest of the windows of the building, so that it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So again, in the scheme of things, it's a very minor issue, but to me, it's a very important issue. So I just wanted to make sure everyone is kind of aware of this situation and see if maybe there's something we could do to resolve it.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Doherty, we're in the process of changing all the original windows. And of course, we had to go through the State Historic Preservation Society. They've been designed by an architect, and they're in the process of being made. There were a couple of windows where the plywood is located. Those were atypical from the other windows. Most of the other windows, we were able to pick a window on a backside that wasn't seen and then manufacture the windows based on those specifications. A couple of the windows, unfortunately, were right on the very front. They're unique windows. There were no other opportunities to remove one out of the site. So that's why there's plywood on there now. Those windows should be showing up on site very soon. It's my understanding that, and I've not seen the windows on the second floor that they've put in recently, but it's my understanding that all the judges and everyone who utilizes that portion of the courthouse is really impressed with the quality and the fit of those. And of course, from the exterior, you can't tell that they're not the original windows, but there are enhancements to that as far as the weatherability, the glass, all those things that you as an architect always look at in new buildings. We've incorporated that into the old structure, so hopefully we'll have it for another 100 years without any kind of window problems or leakage. And maybe Mr. Birch will paint a picture of it for us in 100 years.
Well, just a quick question on that. So the windows on the second floor are replacement windows?
Yes, they've already been replaced, most of them.
Most
Yes.
of them, okay.
Yes. I believe we're lacking the arched windows on the downstairs and a couple of the specialty windows. And otherwise, I think it's pretty much been completed.
Well, I also want to thank you for taking I mean, it's a historic building, so it's very important proportions. I mean, the mullions and everything in the windows needs to be replicated, because if you
Right.
change it, it changes the whole character of the building.
Right,
I mean,
and that goes all the way down to inside. They no longer are operational windows, so there's no need for sash or anything, sash weights or
Right.
anything. However, you can't tell that. It still has the exact hardware match from the original window. So
And-
everything would appear to be an original window, but it's
Even though
a
they're
modern.
insulated glass, they still look like they're
They,
treated by their
they,
lives.
they do, that's correct. And they're true wood windows. There's no vinyl cladding or anything that would clash with the historic significance.
Okay,
of
well,
the building.
I mean, I know it's a minor issue, but to me, it's a
But
very
we're,
big.
but we're good, and the
so I
plywood
appreciate-
should be going
appreciate-
away very soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don, you should come spend a little time with Bill. He's quite a historian about that building. Thank you. Good to see you. Anyone else?
Are we in trouble?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Just wanted to give you a brief update on how our voting is going. So right before the meeting, I pulled some records. We've had 635 early voters. That is a little bit down from years past, so please go tell your friends and family that voting is currently going on. I also wanted to make you aware, we are in the process of changing a polling location for Election Day. The museum told us on Monday that their front entrance is closed due to construction. And we took a visit over there, and they did offer us to walk all the way around the building and use the Richardson side. I don't believe that would be appropriate for our voters, nor would it be ADA compliant. So I'm working with Stan. He has gotten the paperwork submitted to district court, and we will be using the Roswell Convention Center. So any questions on that? But otherwise, things are going well.
And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, to add to that, anytime we add a polling location, we have to have an independent licensed architect. Mr. Doherty actually helped us on the last one that we had to move to help us find where there are any discrepancies towards the Disability Act and make sure that we make accommodations for voters while they're using the building. We would have to pay to have that location changed, and it sounds like there's a whole lot of problems with it, so it wouldn't be a good location anyway. We already had an approved agreement for the convention center. So it's a pretty easy swap over there on the convention center.
And I've ordered some signs. The convention center said we could put those out in the very front on Main Street to let people know that the location has moved. And then I'll also probably be bringing a resolution to you after the primary to move it for the general in November and the regular local election next year. Yes, we will publish the change. We'll try to get radio. We'll try to get the word out, yes.
What's the city charging you?
They are not charging us, so the fee has been waived. The only thing we may have to pay for is the internet access, so that's okay. That's not too expensive.
Thanks, Cindy. One more. Okay, thank you. Bill?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I want to say that this has been the toughest meeting. It's the most complex meeting I think we've ever had since I've been here. I appreciate you guys helping me figure stuff out. I hope we have good notes. I know Cindy took good notes. The road hearings, as usual, are very thought-provoking. I appreciate you guys coming up with a good solution to help Mr. Bennett. He was kind of between a rock and a hard place for the last couple of years. He's been very patient, been trying to work through the process, and I think we found a good solution for that. I want to make my comment about the federal government shifting their responsibility by transferring the title or using the Title Transfer Act to put the debt on the local communities. I think that that's wrong, and I very much agree that the 500 or so farmers in our valleys should not be the ones responsible for taking care of the dam that was built by the Bureau of Reclamation and should be maintained by them. I know Drew didn't come today, but Tamara maybe can pass it on to him. I had a question about a pecan tree and some issues someone was having. They asked me, and I said, well, you know what? I know a guy that could tell you real easy. I made a stab at it. Of course, my stab was wrong, but Drew answered him immediately. The guy responded back how thankful he was to have such good help at the Cooperative Extension, and I want to pass that on to him. I want to thank Mr. Birch again for the painting. He did a wonderful job on that. Some of you guys know that a few years ago in the facility maintenance office, there was a lot of old ledgers and books that came from the basement of the Fisk building. And from time to time, as I had time, I would pick up a book and open it and see what it was. There was a lot of court cases. Larceny of chickens, by the way, was a huge problem back around the turn of the century. But anyway, I would open those books, look at them, and see what was there. As I came on around the room, the one closest to me, I should have started there, was the first 3 years of county commission records for Chaves County. So it started out with Chaves County was created by an act to create Chaves and Eddy County in New Mexico, and it talked about that. And then the first thing they had to do was the commissioners were appointed, and then they had to have an election. So it talked about how they set up the polling places and the locations of them, and it was really kind of interesting because rather than talk about the address, it says better known as Peacock's House. Stuff like that was in there. So that was really interesting. But it was the first 3 years of notes on Chaves County, all handwritten, of course, beautiful handwriting, much better than mine for sure. Yeah. But it talked about the courthouse would be built for a total of $30,000. The contractor who got the bid was the Pauley School and Jail Manufacturing Company out of St. Louis. Like I said, it talked about after that, it talked about the polling places and the people who then were ultimately elected as our first county commissioners. And then the last entry in it was when the county commissioners went and inspected the final product of the Chaves County Courthouse and passed approval. And so I had that book, and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe I have this book. So I went to Dave Kunko at the time and said, Dave, do you have the original minutes for the Chaves County Commission? He says, yeah. So let's go look at them. He had from year 3 on, so I was very thankful that we found that original book that had the first 3 years of the Chaves County Commission meeting, and they're now housed in the files at the clerk's office back under lock and key and safe. So I just wanted to point out that it was a really interesting thing to be able to hold in my hand and read and see kind of how we started our county. But thank you, Mr. Birch. That's all I have.
Cool.
Thank you. Commissioner Perry. I just want to give a quick thanks to Ms. Tamara and 4-H for doing such a good job with the youth. All the presentations today that involve the next generation I really like to see that because we need to really retain more kids in our city. The other thing I'd like to add is a special thanks to all the first responders and law enforcement officers that were involved in the incident a couple days ago. And when you hit your knees tonight, give a little thanks to God that we're all here, and give a little prayer to those officers that had to respond and live with what they had to do and suffer through. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Taylor.
I'd just like to, again, thank all the department heads for the excellent job they did in helping us with the budget. Of course, for Annabelle's department and Annabelle for the tremendous amount of effort and work that they put in. They did a great job to help us with the budget. Thank all our department heads because we have an excellent staff here at Chaves County. And lastly, urge everyone to go out and vote early. Thank you.
Commissioner Dana.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to thank everybody for their input today. Thank you, Mr. Birch. Chaves County is rich in history, and I'm glad people acknowledge it. And I'm glad somebody brought up the courthouse and the boards. And people are noticing. Thank you for noticing. That building is beautiful, and we're trying to keep the beauty and keep the history. It's a long process, but we know and love the history of Chaves County and our buildings and our staff and what we do here. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much to our staff. They do an amazing job, and we appreciate you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to our law enforcement, again, thank you for keeping us safe. And as Commissioner Perry said, say a little prayer, because sometimes everybody thinks that it's easy on them. It's not. They have to live with what they saw. So, and the Cavan family, keep the Cavan family in your prayers too, as Officer Cavan recovers. And thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who showed up today. We really appreciate it when the public comes and visits with us and sees what we do firsthand. We appreciate that. And with that, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Commissioner Ezell.
I'd like to reiterate everything Commissioner Taylor said. Thank you, Annabelle, all the department heads. The budget process is excruciating, but it's over and has been done beautifully by Annabelle and our staff. Thank you, Mr. Birch, for the painting. That's really remarkable. And everybody go vote.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for all your hard work. Mr. Birch, what an honor to have you do that for us in the county. And it'll be something people will view from now on. And yes, continue to pray for our county and pray for those that are protecting us. And it seems like it's a everyday deal now here in our community. Sheriff Harrington knows more about it than anybody, but we need to cover those guys with our prayers. Please, please encourage your neighbors, your friends, your family. Please go vote. Please. With that, we're going to adjourn to sign documents. Thank you.